Hi, I'm Cassi Steinsultz, and I'm going to talk about my recovery. In America, 40.3 million people have endured the torture, I think it's safe to use that word, of substance abuse. And I want to help change that. If my story can help anybody, I'm completely transparent and will hold nothing back. I was born and great parents, pretty dysfunctional together, but great parents. But we didn't talk about God. And not that I always believed in God, but I start my story out with this because I will always end my story with God. Everything that has anything worth repeating roots back to God, and He has saved my life. So at 14, I started drinking. I was in a bar 3 nights a week on average. And in 1994, things were different. And I was a very social person. I didn't drink heavily. I was just around that lifestyle. And by the time I was 21, I recognized there was a problem when you go to work and school and all you can think about is what's in your fridge when you get back to your apartment or how you're going to get more. I definitely, even if I didn't experience it myself, saw generation after generation in my family suffer with alcoholism and mental health issues. And my uncle just got out of rehab last week, and it's generationally impacting the choices that we make as parents. So my heart goes out to parents all over, and I want to, if there are any part of my story that can help any mom think I can make it another day, think if any person feels any strength from, hey, I've been there, I know how painful it is, how isolating it is, how just equally exhilarating and addictive it is. You know, theft didn't slow my addiction down. Jail didn't slow my addiction down. I put a friend in jail and I had no remorse. It was my fault. And I was kind of so selfish, so heartless, but at the same time, it was normal. It's no big deal. Absolutely heartless. And I thought I was living life, but I wasn't kind of way. I was a shell of a person. And when I found God, when God found me, I was at my worst. And I know there has been those pivotal, huge, monumental moments that we have in our lives multiple times. So my story started, I would say, the first day of junior high, and I met my now husband. So he was the first person that ever told me about miracles, and I was seriously changed by hearing. We are changed by what we hear. So when he was probably the main role model of our entire school when it comes to partying, it's kind of crazy that he brought me to God all these years later, and then I had the ability to bring him back to God possibly too. So we've been married 22 years, and you would think that addiction that was 22 years ago wouldn't affect our life married. And the mental health addiction that comes from, I think, not healing traumas and not healing, in my instance, grief, but that's a different portion of my story. If you don't heal the things that's the root of what makes you crave whatever you're addicted to, whether it's alcohol, drugs, food, spending money, other people's approval, there's a million things that I want to recover from and I want to be better from every single day of my life. So I'm still going to fail. I'm still human. I still will get to a point where I realize that maybe I didn't get out of bed that day and I'm depressed. Does that change anything for my story? No, I'm still a miracle, and I'm still thankful for the grace God's gave me, for the miracle that God's gave me, and the mental health aspect of everything. When I come down to suicide prevention, the future of our world depends on how we pay attention to this. So I'm going to end with 1-800-510-2229. If we can help with your kids and addiction, if you can't keep your newborn, call 1-833-9-HELP-MOMS, and we'll try and get you hooked up. We have a lot of resources at our page, and thank you for listening.